Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me for the Pisces January 2022 horoscope. Well, there's a few things happening this month. We've gone into a new year. So basically, I'll just really give a brief summary, and then what I'll do is draw two tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you. We'll have a look at your horoscope in depth, and then I'll do a psychic channeling at the end, so stick around for that. Your ruling planet Neptune continues on in your sign, in your first house. So for you, in that way, nothing really changes. You'll continue along, and people will see the dreamy, spiritual, artistic side of you, the creative side of you. Sometimes they imagine things. They see you as they wish to see you, not as you really are, which can have pros and cons attached to that. The other thing that's happening this month is that, well, two things. We've got Mercury retrograde, and we've also got Venus retrograde. I'll cover that in a moment. And a little weird thing that's happening that only happens every 32 months is a thing called the black moon. Now, it doesn't have much astrological significance at all, but it's just a little quirk, if you like. You know how you have the blue moon, which is 2 full moons in a calendar month? The black moon is 2 new moons in a calendar month. If you're on the western side of the Americas, so Western Canada, US, Mexico, or South America, imagine a line from, say, Chicago, everything on the west of that, then you will have a black moon, the second new moon of the month, on the 31st. But in other countries or on the eastern side of that line, the new moon will be on the 1st of February. Okay, so it's not technically a black moon. We still get it. It's just that it comes a day later because we're ahead in time. So the US is back in time, if that makes sense to you. Okay, so a few things happening, and now what I'll do is go to the board and draw these two cards. If you're new, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell right now. Okay, so here's your horoscope. We'll come to this in a moment, but let's look at these cards now, firstly, as theme cards for the month for you. So the first half of the month for the first card, if you like, if you want to do it that way. Okay, let's go with that one. I'll close my eyes now for Pisces. Dreamy, spiritual Pisces. Okay, I see a river with the flow, and there's quite a quick flow, and I see the reeds coming out of the river. So it's very important for you, dear Pisces, to stay grounded. Keep your roots grounded in the earth, otherwise you could get washed away with every little fad that comes along, or every little bit of information that you receive. You could go off on a tangent. So grounding is super important. I'm seeing a pair of shoes, like running shoes, so it's really important, or sneakers. It's really important that you walk or run. Keep your feet on the ground. Get a dog because it has 4 legs. Hopefully has 4 legs, and walk your dog, and that will help you a lot. Put your feet actually in the sand or in the dirt. Make sure it's clean dirt, if you can find clean dirt, that is. The card that comes up is the Justice card. Okay, she has her feet on the ground. She's taking action, but she's dressed in black because there's a lot of hidden or unknown things at the moment. But that's not a big disadvantage, because there is an owl here on her shoulder, that is giving her information, so she's listening to her intuition. She has a sword for cutting through, making decisions, and cut to the core of the matter and get to the truth. Weigh up the evidence that she can sense, okay, the evidence right in front of her that she can sense. So red, action to be taken. All right, so this could also mean karmic justice as well. Okay, now let's have a look at the second card. It doesn't necessarily mean human law, L-A-W. It means natural law, L-O-R-E. And although if you do have a legal matter, this card will certainly help you. Okay, let's look at the second card now for January. and we'll see what comes up. Let's go with that one underneath because it just sings to me. It's calling me. Okay, closing my eyes, a ladder, walking up a ladder. Do be cautious, something about painting. Be cautious if you're using a ladder or painting, you know, that you don't have a little trip or fall or knock over the paint, more likely knocking over the paint. But at the very least, it means that you're ascending in consciousness, going up. There's something about cleaning up your act, cleaning up your home, just your normal sort of domestic sorts of tasks. The card that comes up is the Five of Pentacles. This is often to do with your possessions or your money. So be careful in January that you don't overspend, and hopefully you haven't overspent in December with Christmas and everything. Now, this energy here depends on, you know, how you view it, in the sense of, you see there's a window over here, it's got different panels with different colours, and depends which lens you look through. So although there might be some temporary restriction around finances, there's a better way out of this situation. So these brilliant pretty colours here, you can fix this. This is solvable. This situation is solvable with a solution. So I will draw another card and just try and get some more clarity on that for you. Actually, I'll go that one on top there. And closing my eyes for passionate Pisces. It's like there's a risk that needs to be taken. Yeah, it might push you out of your comfort zone. Okay, some sort of opportunity. You have to look for it. Maybe it just doesn't fall in your lap, but there is an opportunity there if you want it. And this card basically says the Wheel of Fortune, nothing stays the same. So this is definitely temporary, and you can rectify the situation. This is just basically saying the zodiac wheel is turning all the time, and whatever happens, you have your control over how you respond to the situation. Sometimes if we respond in kind, it actually makes the situation worse. So it's not a good idea to respond in kind. It's a good idea to use your brain and be logical whilst listening to your intuition and taking action. Okay, so I'll just put that one like that. All right, let's have a look at your horoscope now. I'll just make this bigger for you. Zoom, put it on Zoom. Okay, a fair few things happening here. You'll notice all the planets, or the vast majority of planets. The moon is actually called a planet in astrology, even though we know it's not an actual, you know, in terms of astronomy, it's not a planet. But in astrology it is. And you'll see they're here on this eastern side of your zodiac chart, your zodiac wheel. And this means that you're relying on your own resources this month. You're looking more for an independent sort of self-realization, self-motivated type of energy. And you could be feeling more ambitious, and you just want to get on and get stuff done yourself without relying on other people. In fact, other people might slow you down in some way. Mercury is here in your 11th house of friends, groups and connections, and it will come into your 12th house, and it'll be retrograde, and then it'll go back into your 11th house, and it'll be retrograde, and that will probably have some sort of effect on your friendships and connections. Perhaps there's a miscommunication or a delay, especially if, say, you're going out, for example, and you want to make sure that you double check everything, that you've got the right date, the right place, and all of that, because schedules can go awry with Mercury retrograde. That's from the 14th of January to the 3rd of February, and there's a few days either side of that called the shadow period, when the energy is coming on or going off. And all retrogrades have that shadow period, and Venus retrograde will be up until the 29th of January, And Venus is here in your 11th house as well. Venus looks after your relationships, your money, and it's retro. So that's saying that, you know, maybe socially things are quieter. Maybe your money situation is quieter. You've got Chiron there in your second house in Aries as well. So it could well be that you don't have the money to go out gallivanting around town, or you choose not to spend your money that way, the money you do have. Then we have the black moon I talked about, and the black moon is in your 12th house. This brings a new beginning with your spirituality on the 31st if you're in the Western Americas, okay? So you've got a lot happening here in the subconscious coming up, and this will give you some sort of healing and renewal. It's important to spend time on your own, not get distracted by, you know, things going on your devices or life, and try and just have plenty of solitude in nature, basically. That would help you a lot. The other thing, okay, so ruler Neptune in your sign here, 14 years it spends here, so that's nothing unusual, but we do have Jupiter on your ascendant, and this will expand the way you put your message out into the world. This will expand the way you appear. You'll have more impact. Your ideas, people will notice you, and excuse me, coughing. It's very beneficial. Jupiter brings healing and good luck, and so you might find this is very helpful to you. Alrighty, we're going to have a look at your horoscope in depth. And from the 30th of December to the 3rd of January, excuse me, coughing. This started yesterday. Venus conjuncts Venus gives you a strong desire for companionship and affection. A new romance or friendship could begin, especially with all of this going on in the 11th house. But because of retrograde Mercury and Venus, there might be some delay with it. So you need to be, you know, a little bit sort of cautious, because don't rush into things. There could be some miscommunication there. But it is a great time to create warm feelings, and it could be the start of something beautiful. Okay, it's great for any musical ability or artistic inclinations. 2nd of January, new moon in your 11th house. Here, right, it brings a need for community, fellowship, and emotional contact with kindred spirits. There's also energy of support with other people, you supporting them and them supporting you. And it's a time for deepening the closeness between yourself and others, and including your immediate family if possible. Cultural events and participating in group activities works out well. 31st of December to the 25th of January, Mercury moves into your 12th house here, and it's a good time for quiet study and inward reflection, thinking about things. You know, reading, learning, your intuition and sensitivity to the hidden behind the scenes aspect of something comes to the fore. And I'm drawn to the Justice card while I'm saying this, actually, by the way. It's like weighing up the information that is presented to you. But you may not necessarily speak your mind at the moment, and you may not take a definite stand on important matters. It's more about a wait and see attitude, which is just as well when Mercury is retrograde. 3rd to the 7th of January, Venus sextiles Neptune. You're very receptive to beauty and polite gestures from other people. You want to be surrounded with harmony and kindness. You feel gentle and tender towards other people. Maybe you can help them in some way, or they can help you. and doing this will make you feel very happy. 8th to the 11th of January, Mercury sextiles Chiron. This brings a certain energy of relief because it'll help you talk about things, brings it out into the open. Even if you don't talk about it, you'll be thinking about it and things become more clear. It's like the veils are lifted from your eyes and you can see something. It is a time to heal and stabilise relationships with friends and family members. Your wit and sense of humour can assist you in talking your way out of complicated or long-standing situations. You get things back on track rather quickly. 17th of January sees a full moon in your 5th house here. With a full moon, stuff comes up from your subconscious and you're more likely to come out of your shell. You'll express your real desires and now we have Mercury retrograde, so yeah, be careful how you do that. Because you don't want people to sort of misunderstand what you're trying to say. But you will display the caring that you feel for other people. But it is a time for leisure and pleasure now. And your playful, fun-loving or dramatic side is highlighted. You may enjoy sports, games, entertainment and creative activities. 7th of January to the 24th of January, Saturn sextiles Mars, bringing cooperation and harmony with co-workers or any club, organisation or team that you're a part of. You'll be able to work together very effectively. Business meetings run very smoothly, or meetings at work. You can pursue your goals with a clear strategy. There's discipline, teamwork and concentration. So anything you attempt in a group is likely to be successful. And you can work long hours without the usual stress that usually comes with effort. So if you have a business partnership that you're starting or a project that you're starting, it's likely to have a stable, long and successful life, which is great news. 18th of January to the 18th of February, Sun moves into your 12th house here, bringing a spark of life to your spiritual world. So it is time to retreat and spend some quiet time alone. Rejuvenate yourself now. You may feel at a bit of a low ebb. You might feel sort of unmotivated. You just don't want to be where the action is. That's okay. 22nd of January to the 5th of March, Mars moves into your 11th house of connections here. It's also hopes and dreams, by the way. So with Mars, you might go out and really go after whatever your hopes and dreams are. You could be offered a leadership role in a group or an organisation. You feel more passionate and motivated now, and team sports and group efforts are likely to work out well. 22nd of January to the 25th, Mars sextiles your ascendant, and you're likely to be very clear and above board with other people. You can bring out your desires and the differences between yourself and other people, but it probably won't offend them in any way. You appear more confident and other people are inclined to follow your lead now. 24th of January to the 14th of February, Mercury moves into your 11th house, still in retrograde up until the 3rd. So there could be some sort of group discussions or meetings, but they could be delayed or they have to be rescheduled because of Mercury retrograde perhaps. But a sense of community is more important to you now and you want to contribute. You probably want to talk to other people that you share your common interests and ideals with. 21st of January to the 5th of February, Venus conjuncts the Sun, giving you very powerful personal magnetism. You attract appreciation and affection, feelings of love, the desire for beauty and the urge to be creative are very strong. You could beautify your surroundings and pay particular attention to your appearance. And it's a great time to treat yourself or do something just for fun. The black moon in the Western Americas in the 12th house gives a strong need for solitude and privacy. It's time to reflect on your life and what you want. The goings on of the world seem like a distraction to what you really want and what you need now. And that is time to recharge your batteries and rejuvenate. 28th of January to the 31st of January, Mercury conjuncts Pluto. This is a time when messages are likely to be quite intense or probing. It's like getting to the core of some matter that's sort of maybe been hidden or swept under the carpet or something like that. Mysteries, unsolved riddles and topics that people don't normally talk about may come up. Just watch you're not too overly insistent on your own point of view. 21st of January to the 5th of February, Venus conjuncts Sun. All right, I've already talked about that one before. That's to do with your personal magnetism, which is great. Okay, so that's your horoscope, passionate Pisces. Now I'm just going to close my eyes and see what I can see for you for January 2022 Pisces. Oh, right. Okay, left knee. Okay, somebody has got something going on with their left knee, and I can feel like this sort of energy that's sort of throbbing. It's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There could be something to do with the lower back and also the left jaw with this. Do watch that, especially with Mercury retrograde, that you don't appear stubborn, okay? Anything involving maybe yoga or some sort of flexibility or stretching may be good for you. But if you do have a medical problem with your left knee, then of course, go and see a medical professional about that. The stretching and the yoga is really like impacting on me very strongly. So that could be a help for you. Somebody's here with their hand like that. I don't know what this sign means with the thumb like that. It's not a stop sign, but do let me know in the comments if you know what, with the thumb like this, what that means, because I don't know. It seems like an American Indian. It's a male energy, doesn't have a shirt on, long dark hair, just a feeling of nature around, trees in the background and that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know what that means, sorry. What else can I tell you, passionate Pisces? Okay, still here. Now he's counting his fingers. He's going 4. I really don't know. What, 4 what? Okay, I don't know what the 4 is. Now I see a safety pin, reminds me of nappies and babies. So watch your fingers, that you don't prick your fingers if you're dealing with nappies, which are in the US are diapers. Okay, there could be something from your own childhood years, like when you were a toddler or a baby. Maybe if you're on good terms with your mother, you can ask your mother, did something happen? Did you accidentally prick me with a needle when I was a baby or a toddler? And yeah, see what she says. Or did she prick herself? And the energy of that injury went into you, perhaps. Okay, just having a stab in the dark, so to speak, pardon the pun. Now what I see is a train on a track, and there's a track. There's definitely something there for somebody, because there's trains on the track. It's a very modern train. It's got light on the front. It's night time. That means it's dark. It's something that's unknown. But if you use that Mercury and Pluto energy I was talking about before, then you'll be able to probe and find out more about it. Yeah, let us know in the comments. That light on the front of the train is just getting bigger and bigger as I'm saying that, and more light is being put on the situation. Okay, go and talk to your mum. Mom, if you're if you're in the US. Mum, if you're in Australia and New Zealand. Okay, there's somebody putting on a huge ring here, and it's got all manner of different coloured stones, but it's like a monster. It's something like, these celebrities that have these really, $500 million homes, these really mega mansions. It's something that someone like that would wear. The ring is like massive, and it's just saying, diamonds, something very precious, something very valuable. And there's been a lot of stress and heat and pressure to get to this stage, okay? And this could be somebody that has worked very hard and worked very smart their whole life, and now they're finally at the stage where they can start to enjoy life. Okay, so take the rewards, because you need that solitude this month. Take some rewards, even if you go away to like a health resort for 3 or 4 days or something like that. This January would be a great time, but if you've got to travel, try not to travel in Mercury retrograde. Okay, so that's it, passionate Pisces. I hope this is helpful for you. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. Okay, thanks so much for all your support in 2021. I'll be here, of course, in 2022 doing my horoscopes as usual. And if you're new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell. Okay, thanks again and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.